And just like that, we called this out yesterday. We are seeing a major rise in short interest on AMC, according to Ortex, sitting at 15.43%, with 40.47 million shares shorted and almost 3 days to cover. Now, assuming the float is sold time and time again with fake shares, seeing this rise to this percentage over the past couple of weeks from 9% all the way up to almost 16% shows how hard they're pushing AMC into the floor, which is just going to make the run up a lot larger. What is going on, guys? Lottery Stocks here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel if you're new. On this channel, we talk about AMC, GameStop. We cover the overall market, some penny stock, some plays that we trade, as well as crypto. So make sure to subscribe if you're new here. Hit that like button. It's free. It helps me out. And without further ado, we got a ton of stuff to cover. So let's get into the video. On top of the short interest rising on AMC, which we expected, we also expected them to drop a ton of short exempts on it. I believe I talked about it yesterday during the GameStop video that I uploaded last night. And you're seeing 274,000 short exempts on top of 246,000. So over 500,000 short exempts in 2 days, but AMC didn't even go anywhere, right? GameStop was having its volatile moves and AMC was supposed to have a sympathy move one way or the other, and yet they held it down to a worse degree just so that did not happen, so they are not moving in tandem with one another. You can also see GameStop short exempts are at 62,000 for yesterday on that fake sell-off, which is the highest we've seen GameStop in a while. You can't even see it all the way back before February, right? We don't see that ever. So a couple things to note. Before we get into the charts, we're sitting at 7,000 calls for AMC compared to 3,000 puts expiring in the money, slightly winning on the options chain, with 60,000 calls out of the money, all that premium going to market makers as of now, but it is only Wednesday, and then 20,000 puts out of the money. GameStop options chain, on the other hand, ton of premium going to market makers on the call side, 102,000 calls expiring out of the money, and then 58,000 puts expiring out of the money. Of course, we're losing on the options chain basically by triple from yesterday's move. It wasn't a good thing to see. And if you weren't here for yesterday's move, we called it out. We entered puts just to hedge, and that's exactly how it played out. Now, today, however, GameStop got a little bit of a bounce and then ended up selling off once again. It broke all the way down here out of this zone under 1355, down, I believe, lower than 1283, and now it's kind of just sitting in this range. I still think GameStop is going to break under 1250 and come into this channel just based off of previous cycles. This is something that you're going to see. You're going to see this flush down, and then you're going to see it continue to flush down until we get into this channel. That's what you're about to see right here, flush down, and you're going to continue to see it flush down until we get into this channel. And essentially, the best case scenario is basically out of the picture for AMC and GameStop, at least the fast case scenario. Next up, we have a cycle to play out, right? GameStop to come down to around $10.90, bounce back up to $12.50, and then bottom out around $10 before having another shot at squeezing. AMC, on the other hand, this is a cycle we have to play out, coming down, make another bottom around 380, coming back up to around 450, another bottom at 380 before having another shot at squeezing. This would mean AMC is finishing a cycle and GameStop is finishing a cycle, right? As of right now, that is where we stand with both of these. And of course, I could be wrong. They could, flip sideways as Bitcoin reaches an all-time high, as well as the overall market. However, you can see that these are going to be ending in June, the cycles, AMC cycle, and then GameStop cycle also ending in June, and April is the halving for Bitcoin. After that, the market may do well, very well, as well as crypto, and that may just cause that, liquidity to be needed for these things to squeeze. Speaking of that, you can see that they are pushing up random shit as liquidity pump right here. Cocoa price is now worth more than a ton of copper. What is going on? You've seen they did this with orange juice, and you've seen they did this with a couple other things over in the futures market, and now cocoa is going parabolic. So watch this one. If you trade futures, let me know in the comments down below. Now, currently regulators are not able to track the full life of a security due to privacy laws. All they see is volume, quantity, and location occurred. The cat means no more infinite F3 share creation. Wall Street does not like the cat. Keep in mind, the cat will be implemented, I believe, on May 31st. Correct me if I'm wrong, which is also going to be an insane catalyst coming into June. It's something that we've talked about for years. It's something that the SEC has talked about for years. It's something that will help retail and not help Wall Street fat cats. It's something that Trades posted a long video on a while back. So this will be an important catalyst as well coming into June. Now, some things that may affect the market: war. And we talked about ticker symbol TXT recently, but Russia is ramping up its preparations for a large-scale war with NATO. And finally, China may be preparing to invade Taiwan. Let's talk the overall market. 519.84, up 0.2% on the day, coming right up to this aggressive ascending trend line that we have drawn out. SPY is likely to get a bounce here and come all the way up to 535, and this was the level that we were watching, top level up here, and then very bull case scenario is a little bit past that, but we're not even close to there. As of right now, we need to see the SPY slowly continue to gain its steam, gain momentum, or once you see this thing start curling over and losing momentum, this is where the SPY may have a little bit of correction, and that is going to bring Nvidia along with it. Nvidia, we've been saying for probably a month now, Nvidia is likely to come up and double top at 950. This was the top of the fib channel that we had drawn out for an Nvidia, and we got a double top at 950. As of right now, we're coming down. Does it mean to jump into puts? Does it mean to short it? Not necessarily. There's two things. So fading volume on Nvidia on the sell-off may mean that the sell-off isn't too strong and that we may push back above in the near future. However, low volume would be a good time to get into your contracts, paying low premium, likely. I don't know what the IV is. So those are the two things that you take a look at and you weigh in and weigh out. If anything, you could always enter puts, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, and have a close stop loss, a trailing stop. So that's one way to look at it. Let me know if you're playing Nvidia in the comments down below. Tesla, we didn't re-enter any sort of positions. We got rejected at this trend line, and now we're bouncing off of the fib right around 176. I need to see a break one way or the other for confirmation. As of right now, nothing really happening there. Apple also held up on the 618, got to bounce back over. Same goes for Apple alongside Tesla. Now, before we get into crypto, and it's important, I want to tell you guys, make sure to go watch the GameStop earnings full breakdown that I dropped last night. I dropped it a little bit late. Make sure to go watch that if you don't know what happened with GameStop yesterday. This isn't an update video about GameStop. Also, guys, pop in the Discord. I post my trades as soon as I take them, so you would have been alerted that I jumped in GameStop puts, Tesla puts, or exited Tesla puts, etc., etc. We also have options trading alerts in there that are automated, so it's the best place to go. Best vibes. There are no bad questions. Level up your trading journey. It's a coffee a month. That link is the second link in the description. If you want to press it and watch the trailer before you join, feel free to do so. Also, guys, 15 free stocks, 8% on your uninvested cash, and then 5% for the rest of the year. Level 2 order book data so you can see where whales are loading up and dropping off shares of your favorite stocks. A customizable earnings calendar, and my personal like for this company, for this platform, is the notifications that I get. So use the top link, download Moomoo, open an account, and deposit $1 into your account so that you can start earning benefits from there. Both of those links are under the video, and I will pin them in the comments for you guys if you have not joined the Discord and downloaded Moomoo. Now, yesterday, the spot Bitcoin ETF inflow was $418 million in a single day. South American biggest gold miner, Nilam Resources, to buy 24,000 Bitcoin worth about $1.7 billion, and Wisdom Tree to gain approval to purchase spot Bitcoin ETFs for $206 million and $117 million funds. Last but not least, here is the Bitcoin liquidation map. 10 billion of longs will liquidate if we get a move down to 56K. 4 billion shorts will liquidate if we get a move up to 76. So either way, Bitcoin is extremely volatile, and this brings me into the charts. As of right now, if the cycles are the same, which as of right now they're not necessarily the same, but they are similar, if this halving cycle is very similar, you're looking at a 15 to 18% more upside from where we're trading at with Bitcoin before topping out. I don't want to say that this is exactly, I'm just saying if the cycle plays out the same, this is what it would look like for Bitcoin. You look for a retrace back down to 66,500, then a move higher to 80K, get a rejection, a base at 70K, and then a move to 82 before ending this run, this rally. So this is just something to note, something to watch. If it starts playing out the same, chances are it's going to finish the same. As of right now, that is what I'm watching with Bitcoin. I personally don't think that is going to happen. That is going to be the case. But as of right now, there's no way to say against it. Dogecoin as well. From where we're trading at right now, if it played through the same cycle, you're looking at an 88% upside, testing that fib level up here before coming back down. So you're looking at a rise up to 34 cents and then a crash back down into May, June, right? Back down to around 13 cents before just playing out this chop and essentially selling off and trading sideways. You guys let me know if you think this is how the cycles are going to play out. Finally, a US judge permits SEC claims against Coinbase for failing to register as a securities business while dismissing the SEC's assertion that Coinbase has acted as an unregistered broker through its wallet application. Close out the video. Facebook Meta snooped on Snapchat users' encrypted network traffic to study how they behave. Unsealed court documents revealed this. This was part of a secret program called Project Ghostbusters. Overall, guys, that is what I got for you for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed watching or found value out of the video. Come talk with me in the Discord. Let's make some money together. I love you all. Lottery Stocks out.